I wonder why clowns are so scary.
Till the candles burn down this place.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm super excited for this specific video because this video marks the start of a series that is going to be ongoing that I'm going to have. It's called RealiTEA with Rach. So as you can see, RealiTEA is spelled with a T-E-A, which means we're going to be drinking some tea together. That's right. So today I have my Boston Terrier mug. Shout out to Taylor, one of my closest friends. She recently sent this to me from where she's going to college. I love this so much. This is my first time drinking out of it. So Taylor, you get to see me drink out of it for the first time. It's a little hot right now. I literally just poured it, so I'm gonna wait on that. That little snoring that you hear in the background is my dog Samson. I usually don't have him in here when I'm filming, but he seemed to really want to be by me today and I just can't turn him away, so I'm sorry if that bothers you. I'll try to keep him quiet. Hopefully he doesn't get too obnoxious. So essentially this series is just going to be me cozying up. I have my sweatshirt on today. You can't see it, but it says, "Where's your playground?" and it has a Jeep because I drive a Jeep and I love Jeeps, so there you go. So I am going to get comfy and we are going to talk about the topic of the day. And I'm going to be drinking chamomile tea with a little bit of honey in it. I'm drinking chamomile at like 6 o'clock because I have had some problems sleeping. I get nightmares a lot. It's a long story. I'm really happy that I caught the sun before it went down because I have been working on this project for my new little baby niece that arrived a couple days ago. I'm so excited. She's literally the most beautiful baby I've ever seen, and I'm not just saying that. She really is. I got to hold her for like a half hour yesterday. It was amazing. So I figured that this would be a good opportunity for me to talk about the movie that I saw recently, It. I thought the topic for today was appropriate considering it's almost fall and clowns are scary and the new It movie is a horror movie, and I just thought that it fit in really well. Plus I've always kind of wanted to do a movie review, but it's kind of an unofficial movie review because I'm not going to get into like the specifics. This is basically just me having a conversation with you about what I thought of the movie It without giving away too many spoilers. If I am about to give away a really big spoiler, I will put spoiler alert ahead of time. It'll be fun. We'll have fun, right? Let's get started. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that tastes good. Let me just tell you that it really did live up to the hype. Everyone was so excited about it. Everyone was talking about it after it first came out, and it is just as good as I thought it was going to be. It is just as good as everyone else thought it was going to be, in my opinion, the clown. So in this new It movie, the clown was, in my opinion, very different from the original clown in the aspect of horror and its look and everything, which is good. Like, if you're going to make a remake, you want to change it up. As far as which clown I thought was scarier, it just kind of depends. Take the original. If you've seen the original, you know what I'm talking about. The clown is like full-on classic clown. It's got big red hair. It's got just the crazy makeup. I don't know, it just looked more like a classic clown. And then the newer one, it looks more like a freaky clown. I felt that the classic clown look like just kind of gave a creepier vibe, and the way he acted was creepier than the way I felt that this new one acted. As far as behavior, I felt that the older one was kind of scarier than the newer one. Because the newer one, it made a lot of goofy clown noises, like, you know how clowns will go ooh and stuff like that? Like, that's what this new clown did. And it would have been creepy because it's kind of like you're taking a childlike thing, like things that children love and turning it into something completely terrifying. But there were periods of time where he kept doing it over and over again. So after a while, you weren't even scared anymore, you were just annoyed. Like, you wanted to punch this guy in the face. Like, he made me more angry than he made me scared because he just would not quit. Whereas the older one, I felt like he was more eerie. It's hard to explain because each clown is scary in its own way. I'm not saying that the new one wasn't scary. The new one was terrifying. When it was time for him to be creepy, he did do a really good job. When they were fighting him in the sewer, for instance, he really creeped me out, just like with the teeth and everything. They did that scene, the fight scene at the end, so well. And I won't give anything away from that, but I just really enjoyed it. That was probably my favorite part of the whole entire movie. Keeping the topic on acting, I thought that the kids in the new one did so well. Their faces were so believable, their actions were so believable. Now, I'm not saying that the children actors in the old one weren't as good as the new one or vice versa. It's crazy because when you watch it, it's almost like you see them kind of transform into adults and fight this thing and think about it as adults would, because the adults aren't doing anything to help them. I couldn't have expected anything better. They were funny. They were lovable. Usually I'm almost always disappointed when they remake a classic because they just end up ruining it, but that was not the case at all. I was very impressed with how everything was portrayed. I was very impressed with the acting, with the plot, and the differences between the old one and the new one. I thought it was phenomenal, and just Stephen King, I'm sure, is very proud, and so am I. I love when my camera just dies randomly. It's so lovely. So I'm going to mention a couple of scenes that I found interesting, and this is definitely going to be a spoiler alert because it definitely gives some scenes away, and I don't want to ruin it for anybody, so maybe just skip ahead, and I'll put the time here to when you should skip ahead to so that you don't have to hear any of these spoilers. So I'm going to be talking about the scene where Georgie gets killed and kind of the differences. In both movies, I mean, they did a good job at it being creepy, but for some reason, the first one, I thought that it was a little creepier, just because the weird music that they played and just how old the filming was and everything. I don't know, it just made it look creepier. But the one thing I will definitely say about the remake that the old one didn't do is that it's way more graphic. His death, it just made it so much more grisly. It kind of goes to a different shot, so you're thinking, oh, it's going to be like the original and it's not going to show anything. Nope. The new one literally shows Georgie crawling away from the sewer with his arm ripped off and all this blood flowing into the sewer. It is one of the worst scenes I've ever seen. He's such a lovable character, and just in that short amount of time, and to see him in that position, such a little boy, like he's supposed to be 6 or 7, it reaches out and grabs him like with really creepy long things and grabs him and pulls him in, and he screams Bill's name as he's being dragged into the sewer, which is like a stab to the heart. It's so sad. This scene where Georgie dies is just way more heart-wrenching than the original because there's so much more detail that they show. It got me good. As far as my favorite character goes, it would definitely have to be Eddie. He probably made me laugh the most out of all of the other kids, especially at the end when they decided that they were all going to band together and fight it in the sewer, and it like vomited on him or whatever that was, and he's like, I'm gonna freaking kill you. That scene was really funny. Even though it was also horrifying, it was really funny because Eddie is always pretty terrified, as he should be. He's the one that got his arm broken and it was in his face and grabbing him and mocking him. Can we talk about that scene for a second? Out of all of the scenes that it was in, that one freaked me out the most because I could just sense how it would feel in Eddie's position. Like, I felt like I was Eddie because both of the actors sold that scene so well. It was in his face grabbing his face. He's acting like he's gonna bite his fingers off, and just, oh my gosh, that scene, like, I felt for Eddie. That was the most terrifying one, and there were quite a few terrifying moments in that movie, but that scene by far scared me the most. I hate when the killer of the movie mocks its victim before killing them. The victim will be screaming, "Oh, please help me," and then the killer will be like, "Oh, please help me, like, no one's coming." You know, like, I hate that, because it's like, how dare you? I've held this cup like 3 different ways now. Okay, I'm just gonna settle on one. There were a few moments in the original that made me laugh. It was good, but this one, there was just so much more comic relief in it, and it did so without taking away from the horror aspect, which is really hard to do, because I'm not really a big fan of like comedy horror movies. I just don't really think that those mix, but this just did a really good job of just making things funny without making things less scary. It just made the characters more lovable and more relatable and just funnier in general, and even the clown had some kind of funny moments when he wasn't being creepy or annoying. But overall, I think you guys know that I enjoyed this movie thoroughly. I hope you guys did too. Make sure to leave a comment down below on what you thought of this movie, and also tell me what kind of videos you guys would like to see. I really want to know so that I can make videos that you guys would love. I really want to make this RealiTEA with Rach a series, so maybe let me know what kind of topics that you'd like me to talk about. I was thinking about making a bullying video just to kind of get on like a personal level with you guys, just about some experiences that I've had. It's nothing dramatic, but it is something that kind of shaped the way that I look at things and everything. And so if you guys would like to see that, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see more of my videos. Stay safe and make sure to watch out for any creepy clowns lurking around. And definitely go see the It movie if you love horror movies, because I'm pretty sure that you'll like it. If you guys were drinking tea or coffee or whatever during this video, cheers to that. Clink. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Gotta get the curls all out of here. We're just gonna chat. So I thought that... Stop it. Oh gosh, this is going so well. This will just be a video montage of me eating an apple. Oh. That's good, I needed that.